Hello and welcome back, finally, to some more Hearts of Iron 4. Haven't played for ages. I've been looking forward to getting stuck back into this campaign. World tension is at 100%. World War II has well and truly kicked off. It's just not long kicked off over in Europe. France has capitulated. Vichy France is here. There's Tuva. I just noticed them. I don't know if they just appeared from nowhere, but anyway, they're communist. If we look at the factions map mode, we can see the Comintern has spread and we now border them. So you have the faction of the Chinese United Front, because we did manage to unite China against the Japanese, and that seems to be paying off. The Japanese are being pushed back everywhere. Hopefully it won't be too long until Manchuria capitulates, and then we'll have a very narrow front comparatively to what it has been here in North Korea, as we push the Japanese out of Korea as well. And once we've done that, well, who knows where it'll go. So the Axis have pushed, they've capitulated France, they hold areas of North Africa, obviously, because Italy are part of the Axis. The Allies are here, etc., so on and so forth. The Japanese, the French, as part of the Allies, still hold Vietnam, Free France. I'm not sure how many supplies. I think our supply of steel was cut off when France capitulated. But anyway, we've sorted that out. Our efforts now are to capitulate Manchukuo, or Manchuria, as it was formerly known. We've taken the capital. I think if we push on this city here, Harbin, I think once that falls, Manchuria will capitulate and we can push the Japanese right back into North Korea. Okay, our only problem at the minute is we were on a volunteer only basis for the army, which was great because there were millions of volunteers throwing themselves forward at the point where it looked like China was under threat. But now that it looks there are no Japanese troops anywhere near the capital, we do still get this odd naval invasion, but they're usually pushed back quite easily thanks to our reserve, which I should probably bring the reserve back down this way. But yeah, the Chinese people are feeling a lot safer. So there's a lot less volunteers. In fact, there's no volunteers. So as soon as we get enough political power, we're going to have to change our conscription laws so that we actually have a manpower pool. Because at the minute, everyone who gets injured or killed on the front is not being replaced. Which, again, shouldn't be too much of a drama. We should be able to weather it. The Japanese have, what? Let's have a look. They have about 146,000 men in the field, whereas we have 1.23 million. So man for man, we can afford to take some casualties. What we need to do now is this Western Chinese Theatre, this army here. Is this the Western Chinese Theatre? I haven't updated the theatre names. I'm going to put like a general offensive in the centre here to take this large, this last Manchurian town. City, major victory point. Is it a victory point? Is it worth victory points? One victory point. Hopefully that'll be enough to capitulate them. So let's do that. He's on the offensive, but we need a new offensive line. So let's do that. Oh, hang on a minute. That's the wrong army. Cancel that. Cancel that. It's this one. It's this one who's going to go on the offensive. The army of Nan. These men have excelled in pushing the Japanese back. What essentially happened, just to give you an update, I mean, we built a fortified line here along the Yellow River. You can see it here. And when the Japanese invaded, we basically fell back, let Beijing fall. The Japanese absolutely hammered themselves against this line. They suffered thousands and thousands of casualties. Eventually they decided to try and outflank it by moving this way, and when you can see we extended it down here, and they almost did outflank it, but we threw in a reserve army which managed to hold them long enough, and they spread themselves out so thinly and took so many casualties that when we went onto a counter-offensive, we basically steamrolled them and pushed them all the way back, retook Beijing. It was a glorious day when we retook Beijing, and now we just need to push forward and take this town here in Manchuria, and hopefully then they'll capitulate. Right, so let's do that. Let's give an offensive line to this army. Just a small. We'll just see what happens when we take this town. He still has divisions moving up. We cut off a big pocket of Japanese troops around here somewhere in the last episode. I think we destroyed at least 4 divisions, which is, well, thousands of men that the Japanese can't afford to lose. So let's unpause the game. Let's wait for these divisions to move into position. Let's just, yep, make sure they're assigned to that offensive, and as soon as they're ready, we will order the offensive. Well, apparently we're having some supply issues in Manchuria. I'm no expert on this game. I don't min-max. I'm not intelligent enough to work out all the numbers, etc. I play the game in a very role-play kind of style, so just trying to decide what I would do in real life. And of course in real life, as we all know, there are world leaders who haven't got a clue what's going on. They don't min-max their countries at all. They make some very strange decisions. So you may see some strange decisions from me. And it'll be realistic. Soviet Union has declared war on Finland, so that's the winter war starting because the Finnish refused to give in to Soviet demands. Right, let's strategically redeploy this army so they move up quicker. Okay, we've got 6 divisions coming from the Soviet Union. Historically, these volunteer divisions from the Soviet Union have not really done much in this fight. They don't seem to get involved. There were some given to us right at the beginning of the war. I don't know where they've gone or what they've been doing. I have no control over them. They just kind of, I don't know. Now we've got a Japanese tank division here and another infantry division up here in holding the foothold in the mountains. Perhaps we should try and cut them off. Operational concentration has finished. What has that given me? Elastic defense, reinforcement rate and max planning increases. Let's continue to go down this way then. Vast offensives. That sounds good. Supply consumption is reduced. Infantry combat width is improved. Yeah. Sounds good. Our entire armed forces consists of men with rifles and mortars, machine guns. We have no air force to speak of. We have like not even 100 aircraft. In fact, how many aircraft do we have left? 71. We started with 115. We haven't suffered too many casualties in the air, which is surprising. I thought our aircraft would be shot out of the sky. Decisions are available, but to change our conscription laws, because we're volunteer only, we need at least 150 political power. Okay. Oh god, another naval invasion. I've got to bring our reserve army back. What exactly are the reserve army doing? At the minute they appear to be holding this coastline, but not really involved with any kind of offensive. Okay, so let's bring them back. Okay, they're trying to take Shanghai again. I don't think that's going to work. And to be fair, it really does us a favour, I think. Some of our convoys are getting sunk. I don't know where these convoys are coming from. America, maybe? I don't know, but the Japanese submarines are causing us a drama. Is it having an effect on production? Probably. No, we're fully in supply of everything we need, and you can see we're only producing infantry equipment and some basic artillery. We tried to get permission to build more advanced artillery on license from America, but they said no. They said no. And I can't be bothered to spend time researching new artillery. Okay, there's this little offensive to pinch off this pocket here. Was going well, but isn't. Let's see if we can throw in another division. Hardly surprising, really. We've got some Chinese troops here on horses attacking tanks. The Japanese tanks weren't the best, but they're probably better than horses. Yes, this isn't going well. Let's just give them. Just cut this little pocket off. go on the offensive. Let's keep pressure on the Japanese. Develop the Hanyang Arsenal. Now what was this? I can't remember. Adds 3 building slots and 3 military factories. Good. Choose a new national focus. I think we were working our way down to industrial evacuations, weren't we? Unlocks industrial evacuations decisions. Now I have no idea what they are, having never played. This is the first time playing this expansion. I'm guessing it just moves your industry west, but there's no real need to do that now because it's not under threat of being taken by the Japanese. So we've got the Hanyang Arsenal. The Taiyuan Arsenal will give us more military factories, but we cannot select this because we do not control Shaanxi. A financial policy reduces consumer goods factories. We need more than 74 factories to get the Chemical Research Institute. Heavy weapons. 1 times 50 research bonus for support artillery. That might be. We could get some better artillery this way. If the Americans won't let us build it on license, then at least we can get a discount by collaborating with the French. This offensive is not going well. This Japanese armour division is causing me trouble. Right, is the second army into position yet? Pretty much. Yeah, he's ready to go. Okay, go. Our Air Force has been brought forward, our limited Air Force. Improved machine tools, always good. That increases production efficiency. A 15% discount on factory output. Better factory output would be good. We've concentrated our industry because I don't think it's a threat from Japanese strategic bombing. Japanese were never great at strategic bombing anyway. The only thing that could screw me over now is if there's some kind of communist revolt and the Soviets begin to back our communist Chinese friends. Improved infantry equipment is done. Details, good, yeah. Improved soft attack. It's not worth improving infantry equipment anymore. We've got a discount on improved artillery. This will just improve the current artillery that we've got. We won't need to produce a new type. Let's do that. Because we are using artillery, we might as well try and improve it. Soviet Union and Finland have signed a white peace. So what's gone on over there? That's interesting. Very interesting. Does Soviets take any territory? I guess not then. Okay, so historically the Soviets didn't do very well in Finland. It appears they haven't done very well there either. You can send me divisions if you like. Soviet Union wants to send 7 divisions and their air wings as volunteers to help. I don't have command of those, do I? Where's this 1 division? All these unassigned divisions are on the coast here, just protecting the ports. Oh yeah, there was that Japanese in... They were trying to take Shanghai, weren't they? And they failed, and they've given up. And our reserve is still in transit heading south. I think that's probably the best place for it to go. This offensive is not particularly doing well. Okay, there's another naval invasion. Oh, they're trying to take Shanghai again, so yeah. The reserve strategically deployed towards Shanghai to counter that. Yeah, it's good that they're trying to invade. It's good that they're throwing troops onto the beaches where they're just getting gunned down by the Chinese machine guns. It's good. It's a mistake. As Napoleon said, if you see your enemy making a mistake, don't stop him. Okay, so we're on the outskirts, entering the suburbs of Harbin, and there doesn't appear to be any kind of resistance here. It looks like this front has completely collapsed. It is February, so I dread to think what the weather's like here. It's -10, it's clear, -10 degrees. Okay, so Harbin has fallen. There's literally no resistance here at all. In the centre. Okay, the new Manchurian capital was moved to Songjiang, and we can literally link up with the Soviets now if we take Songjiang. And given that there's no resistance here, I don't think the Japanese even have any troops back here. They're all going to be pulling back to here to protect the North Korean border. So let's extend this offensive and just keep pushing up through the mountains and try and take the capital and link up with Soviet forces. Let's do that. Let's do that now. I think we're on a roll. We are on a roll. This is good. Wait till he's in position, then give the order to advance. Eastern China naval invasion. Have they landed? They haven't landed yet. They're trying to take Hangzhou. Yeah, we'll keep the reserve coming down here. Hopefully this will be repelled without the reserve, but if they do get ashore, the reserve are there ready to push them back into the sea. It's good. It's all good. This offensive's going okay now. This tank division appears to be suffering. 7 divisions have promised you have arrived in Shanghai to fight on your side. Okay, they're in Shanghai, which is a good place to land, I suppose. Soviet divisions have just landed, and they're going to be... They're not under my control, but they can help fight off the Japanese. But I bet you they just chill out in Shanghai, drinking vodka. Look, they're heading north, away from the action. Genius. Yeah, the front here is completely collapsed. There's no resistance. Our troops are literally marching towards Songjiang. Trekking through the mountains, trails of mules and supplies. Well, there's one Japanese infantry division here. Moving around. He's thinking, oh my god. All he can see are thousands of Chinese troops in convoy moving through the forests and mountains. Eastern China naval invasion. Here comes another naval invasion. The reserve have arrived though. Okay, so they've given up their offensive here. They're trying to take Shanghai again. Yeah, I'm not too worried about that. Not too worried at all. Good, we've finally cut off this Japanese division up here in the mountains. The Azahone Shindan. Okay, so let's just order some divisions who aren't doing particularly much to flush them out of the mountains there with flamethrowers or something. 24 divisions here on this offensive. They're ready to go. Our General Hu Zongnang predicts that we have friendly air superiority, which is unbelievable considering how little aircraft we have and how old they are. The enemy are inferior. However, there is a large river crossing and some divisions are still preparing, but I think we're good to go. Shaanxi sends one division. There should be a something you click on here that takes you to that division. I mean, I'll accept it, but where is it? Where is it spawned? I have so many unassigned divisions because I can't trust the generals if I assign them to an army to keep them where I want them. So I have to unassign them and micromanage them. Okay, good. So there's one Japanese division there. That's at least 6,000 Japanese troops cut off in the mountains there. Our offensive towards Songjiang has... There's not even any graphic for... I mean, this is the Manchurian capital, right? It's not even worth any victory points. I don't understand. How can their capital be here? Are they like... Their top brass are like huddled in a tent near the Soviet border. There's not even a town there. Okay, we have a whole army just stood here doing nothing, just chilling out. Just chilling out, and we... Let's give them a... Where should we throw them into? Should we throw them into an offensive on North Korea, or should we... I think we should throw them into taking the rest of Manchuria, probably. But we should have no trouble. This army it's got it all under control. Alright, another naval invasion. Yeah, okay, they're trying to take Hangzhou again. Let's move the reserve here. Just so it's equidistant between Shanghai and Hangzhou. Got a whole army just stood here, just chilling out. A whole 24 divisions. And the front has narrowed effectively to such an extent that there's not really anywhere where they could be useful. I suppose we could try and close this pocket here, push right up and separate Manchuria from their Japanese allies, territory-wise. Yeah, let's do that. They can share a front line here. And are they going to start moving into position? Good. We'll give them offensive line to push up to this river, whatever this river is called, I don't know, apologies. Hungary has joined the Axis. Second Vienna Award. A treaty has been signed at Vienna following German arbitration that received Northern Transylvania restored Hungarian rule. Okay. Okay. Right, I think we'll call the episode here for now. We've pushed the Japanese back to the North Korean border here. We've taken another victory point in Manchuria. They have not capitulated yet. Although, they're 81% towards capitulation. I think once we push up to here and effectively cut off this, cut them off from their Japanese allies, then, I mean, all this is just wilderness, isn't it? It's not important. And there are no Japanese troops there. I could probably order this army to advance north and just take this territory, but I think once we push up to the border and link up with the Soviets, Manchuria will capitulate anyway. And there we go. So I'll see you in the next episode. Click like if you did like, and I'll see you next time. Thank you.